Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited. So today they dropped another episode of the WWE 2K Dev Series, and this one was all about the Creation Suite. So let's get started. I broke it down a little bit, kind of like they did, and we'll talk about Create a Superstar first. So first off, they went on to say that there are even more face templates in this year's game, and there are even different face templates for different races. You pick your race, and then you can customize from there the nose, the mouth, the eyes, the brow, everything you want to do. Now, as far as body types and different, changing each part of your body, the limbs, the chest, the abs, all preset body parts can be edited with a slider. The slider allows you to edit the size and the tone of each part, like I said, the neck, the back, the chest, the abs, etc., letting you choose how skinny or how ripped your superstar is as far as those individual body parts. Now, as far as hair goes, we didn't see any real hairstyles, but we did see that all the options for hair is pretty much the same except for the new hair shave design. What this is you can now add shaved designs to the side of your hair, and then there is an opacity slider that is what it says. It controls the opacity and slightly the fade that exact, shaved design does give off, I guess you can say. Scars have been changed as well. Scars in WWE 2K18 are no longer static as far as you pick a scar and it can only be in that one place that it's already preset. Now if you pick a scar, say on the face as you see on the screen here, you can actually take the scar, move it to any part of the face and adjust the size of it, and I believe that's going to work for any part of the body, and it's just the face as we did see here in the example. A new cool addition to the editing of your superstar is teeth. You can now edit the material of the teeth and the color, so you can have metallic teeth, gold teeth, or silver teeth, and you can even have glowing teeth. So say your superstar opens their mouth, their teeth are going to glow. Kinda cool. I probably would never use that. One other new option we do have with this new teeth editor, you can go through each individual tooth and turn the tooth off. So if you want like a hobo looking guy missing teeth, or an old school brawler that got his teeth knocked out, you can pick which teeth are actually knocked out of his mouth. Now, like I said, you can add glow. That goes into the new materials. There are new materials added into this year's game as far as glitter, carbon fiber, glow, black lighting, and more. Once you do pick your material, you can use what they're calling the lighting preview to see how your attire actually looks in the different lighting, from backstage lighting to match lighting, daytime lighting, black lighting, and even with the lights turned off. If you do choose the glow material, there is a slider you can use to change the intensity of the glow. A cool thing with these new materials is that you can add these new materials to different designs and logos as well. So with that, only parts of the attire can be glowing. Say you want like a strip of the attire to glow. You can have just that strip glow. Also, you can add this to tattoos, body art, and face paint. They do show an example here with the glowing material, as they have a Jericho style light up jacket or vest shown here in this example. Now, a really big issue in the past couple of WWE games has been when you try to stretch a logo, it starts to fade on the edges. Now, as you see, it still does that here in 2K18, but they've added another option. If you press R3, that actually changes the mapping of the logo, and now you can actually wrap the logo around the entire piece of clothing, as you do see here on the screen. And one good thing about this is, in past games, if you wanted something to wrap all the way around, you would have to take the logo, and then you would have to add multiple layers of the same logo so it wraps around and you don't get the fading of the stretching, whatever you want to call it. Now, you only have to use one layer, which is going to save you on the logo, I guess they call it logo, the limit of logos you can actually use. I'll go with that. Now, last year in WWE 2K18, they added stitching, but they added it in a patch to the game, not in the base of the actual game. This year, they have updated stitching a little bit to where instead of actually creating the stitching on the superstar itself, you create the stitching pattern first, and then you add it to the superstar. with creating the stitching pattern. First, this now allows you to save the stitch, the pattern, and you can use it multiple times for multiple superstars or multiple times on the same attire. Also with stitching, there is a new colorless and emboss feature. Now with talking about that colorless and emboss feature, you can add that to logos and body art. So what this means is, as you see on your screen, you can take a logo and stick it on your superstar, make it colorless, and then add the emboss to it. That then makes it look like your superstar has been branded, like, you know, the cast iron branding. They've also updated the menu screen posing as well. They've added more poses, but with that, once you pick your pose, you can then change how your superstar's hands are in the pose, as well as their facial expressions in the pose as well. Also, different poses can be created for different attires, and you can choose to either use your in-ring attire or your entrance attire for your pose on the menu and loading screen. Now, as you see here with the loading screen and the pre-match graphic, you see The Truth. It's a sponsor logo, but we can confirm that The Truth, KFC, and Snickers are all sponsors in this year's game. Now with that, we move on to create an arena. We didn't get too much info on create an arena, other than we can now create real small indie-like arenas. As you see here, we have a high school gym setting, which I really like, especially if you want your arena or say your universe mode to have an indie feel to it. We also have this arena here as well that is identical to the Hammerstein Ballroom, which was used for the first ECW One Night Stand. And that also makes me think that we could be getting the ECW One Night Stand arena in this game, as we do have both the John Cena and the Rob Van Dam from that pay-per-view. Now with that, we move on to create a show. With create a show, we do have the watermark option, where you can have your logo on the bottom of the screen during the entire match. And we also have select a referee, which with this we do see all the different models of referees we do have in this game. And one thing that I find super bad that I'm just in love with right now is a new screen filter. It's the 8-bit screen filter. I don't know how often people are going to use this, but I think it's awesome looking, and I love this probably a little too much. What do you guys think of the 8-bit screen filter in WWE 2K18? And lastly, here in this video, I want to talk about the highlight reel. With the highlight reel, they've added the free cam that lets you see your highlights from any possible angle you want. You can then save that replay and edit it later, and then continue on with your match. New options in Creative Video are slow motion, reverse your footage, and an alpha mask. With the alpha mask, say you're looking at your replay but the referee's in the way. Cut him out. You can take out the referee. Say you don't want anybody at ringside. You can take out all people at ringside. Say you only want the wrestlers and nothing else. You can take out all backgrounds. Now with taking out all backgrounds, you can then add different videos and effects to this, because it gives you a transparent video with an alpha matte where you only see the wrestlers, and this could be something cool if you're trying to create like a custom Titantron for your created superstar. You can also layer different videos and effects, so that way if you want a custom tag team with say Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, you can add like the Seth Rollins video in the background but have the Dean Ambrose graphic effects on the foreground, or whatever you want to do, and that's pretty cool. So with that, that is going to wrap up this video. We do also have 2 other videos on the channel right now talking about all the new match types and create a match options, as well as all the different new moves and newly animated moves that were revealed today for WWE 2K18. So now I ask you guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below on all the things we learned today for create a superstar, create an arena, create a show, and the highlight reel. Again, I'm like super in love right now with this 8-bit screen filter. Again, like I said, probably a little too much than I should be. I mean, it's something cool that we've never gotten before, and I know people like that old school nostalgia look. A lot of people liked to use the old school looking filters in WWE 2K17, so this is just another thing that will be really cool to see how different content creators do use it in their videos here on YouTube. But that's going to do it for this edition of Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Remember to comment below, Like and share this video, like us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, subscribe here on YouTube, and follow PWUnlimited.net for the latest in pro wrestling news.